Hello everybody, my name is Shubham Gupta. This video is just a brief description about small issues and topics that generally need discussion in terms of strategy as well as preparation process. Strategy for prelims and mains is different in the sense because the format of the paper is very different. Prelims, it's mainly, as you all know, it's MCQ based, and mains is always subjective format. So these two are separable only in the context that how you have to express yourself in the paper. It's more factual based when you are going for prelims, and it's more opinion based when you are going for mains. But at the time of preparation, I think both have to go hand in hand, as in the because of the time, also time constraint is also there. So while you are preparing, you should try to do both of them together in terms of the newspapers also, the books also. You should try to understand to memorize the facts also, but at the same time understand the concept. So when you are understanding the concept, it will also help you remember the facts. So ये एक strategy हो सकती है which I think will be which will be useful for you to throughout the process, both in terms of prelims also and mains also. Syllabus को जितना भी हम streamline कर सकते हैं, the more we can streamline the syllabus, उतना ज़्यादा हमारे लिए अच्छा होगा. This is primarily because आजकल especially in the current media framework, Google के होने के बाद, there's so much material, online courses and all that available in the market. If you do not jot down to a few topics and books and subjects and syllabus as such, so it will be very difficult for all of us to complete the syllabus and then go for revision and answer writing and all those things. So in that sense, it becomes very important that you are able to jot down the basic finer details of the syllabus, and then you are able to take up those topics one by one and finish it off, so that it also gives you confidence that you are able to do the syllabus or complete the syllabus in one instance and then revise that and answer writing and all the further process. While preparation, see, I mean, you generally must have heard about that you have to work hard, there is no guarantee and all that. Absolutely right, but I'll give you three key words during the preparation framework. One is dedication, another is commitment, third is perseverance. So once you take these three words combined, that gives you the whole success mantra of the UPSC. That is simply because of the unpredictable nature of the paper. See, I myself failed in prelims in the first and third attempt. Second attempt I got through one of the surveys, still I failed in the third, and fourth I have been fortunate enough to get a decent rank. So this simply goes on to tell you that the paper's framework is very unpredictable. You cannot be assured of a rank or being in the list just because you have completed the paper. But the thing which gets you through and will get you through are these three things, which is commitment, dedication and perseverance. So you have to persevere, you have to be dedicated, you have to work hard, you have to be disciplined in life. So all those things, and you have to avoid a little bit of distractions which come in your way. So if you are committed 100% to a particular to this particular paper, to passing this paper, then I'm sure you'll definitely be able to ace this exam and nobody can stop you. I'll give you my personal experience. My whole focus, especially in the last attempt when I was training in the Indian Ordinary Account Service in Shimla, my training used to be till 5 o'clock in the evening, and then I used to engage myself in a little bit of sport, tennis. After that, I used to study for 3 to 4 hours every day. So, and except Saturday, Sunday, where I used to spend a little bit more time. So the only thing that I'm trying to tell you is my whole, the limited time that I had was majorly focused on revision rather than reading new material. So whatever material I had already studied during the last 2 years or so, I generally used to try to revise that material multiple times so that I'm able to understand and grasp that thing in entirety. The problem that you can avoid by this is because the questions will never be asked straightforward कि ये बता दो और इसका जवाब भी हो सकता है A, B, C, D. The questions are generally in statement form, and you have to choose which statements are correct or which are not, especially in the prelims thing. And means you have to understand and then analyze, and then interdisciplinary approach is generally adopted. So once you revise the things multiple times, you are able to understand the gist of it, and once you get the gist, then any question related to that particular topic you will be able to attempt that very well. Personally, I never used to do daily tests for prelims as well as for mains. However, giving tests and practicing tests itself is a very big or very important part of both prelims and mains as such. The reason why, because one, it gives you an understanding of how to manage the time, because time is of the essence. Both in prelims इसमें 200 क्वेश्चन करने 100 क्वेश्चन करने होते हैं 120 मिनट में, और मेंस में जिसमें आपको 20 लगभग 50 पेज लिखने की कोशिश करनी होती है इन अबाउट 3 hours. So time management आप कर पाएंगे. Your writing speed will also increase. Your handwriting may improve a little bit because of the constant practice. That is one thing. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट होगा क्या कि आपका थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस इंक्रीज होगा वंस यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग वेरियस क्वेश्चंस एंड वेरियस यू आर अटेम्प्टिंग डिफरेंट क्वेश्चंस फॉर प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस, तो आपको थोड़ा सा अंदाजा लग जाएगा दैट इवन इफ अ पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन कम्स इन द मेन एग्जाम when you do not know or you probably not have heard this question, तो आप elimination technique लगा के या फिर थोड़ा सा guess work करके you are able to attempt that question better. तो if you are able to do that per se, then you will be in a better position कि आप अपने आप को assess और confidence आप में अंदर थोड़ा ज़्यादा आ जाएगा. तो in that sense revision the practice of giving test regularly is a great step. अच्छा, I'll also tell you what I used to do for mains, क्योंकि mains में मेरे दोनों बार marks ठीक ठाक रहे हैं. So what I used to do was I will generally take up and make sure that I will attempt at least 2 to 3 tests for each subject. Not so for essay, because I think that your understanding and your thought process matters a lot in essay rather than practice. But GS के लिए और GS के चारों पेपर के लिए और ऑप्शनल के लिए इन 6 पेपर्स के लिए मैं हमेशा बहुत ज़्यादा राइटिंग पे फोकस करता था. आई यूज़ टू राइट एटलीस्ट 2 to 3 टेस्ट, जैसा कि मैंने कहा. तो दिस जनरली यूज टू बिकॉज माई फोकस इज ऑलवेज बीन ऑन कि मुझे पेपर पूरा लिखना है, पूरे 50 पेज मुझे लिखने होते थे हर पेपर के अंदर. तो दैट इज़ वाई आई नीडेड द राइटिंग स्पीड ऑल्सो, बट एट द सेम टाइम इट ऑल्सो गेव मी एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ कि अगर कोई क्वेश्चन मैं स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड नहीं अटैम्प्ट कर पा रहा हूँ तो भी मैं उसे खाली ना छोड़ूँ, उसमें कुछ ना कुछ मैं ज़रूर लिख के आऊँ. सो गाइज आई विल टेल यू कि न्यूज़पेपर हैज़ बीन द की फॉर मी ऑलवेज. जब मैंने प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करी थी तो न्यूज़पेपर से करी थी, एंड इनफैक्ट इट हैज स्टक टू मी टिल नाउ इवन आफ्टर गेटिंग द रिजल्ट दिस टाइम ऑल्सो आई हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू स्टॉप रीडिंग इट. द रीज़न वाई इज़ बिकॉज वंस यू स्टार्ट एन्जॉइंग रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर तो आपको चीज़ें समझ में आने लगती है अपने आसपास की, एंड वंस यू स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द थिंग्स अराउंड यू, यू आर नॉट एबल टू डिटैच योर सेल्फ फ्रॉम द इवेंट्स दैट इज हैपनिंग इन इंडिया एज वेल एज द वर्ल्ड. तो इससे होगा क्या कि द यूपीएससी इज ऑल्सो लुकिंग फॉर समबडी who can understand the events around him, who can analyze the implications of it, and who can probably suggest some solutions regarding the same. So the newspaper, if it's a good enough newspaper, तो उससे आपकी ओपिनियन भी फॉर्म होगी, आपके फैक्ट्स भी क्लियर होंगे, आपकी अवेयरनेस भी बढ़ेगी, आपकी ओपिनियन भी बनेगी, आपको सोल्यूशंस भी पता होंगे. सो ओवरऑल इट्स एन ऑल encompassing सोर्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर यू which is a very organic form of information as well. तो न्यूज़पेपर का इन दैट सेंस इट हैज़ अ की रोल, स्पेशली आई थिंक फर्स्ट 2 stages में, राइट, इवन आई थिंक इंटरव्यू में ऑल थ्रू आउट द प्रोसेस आपका न्यूज़पेपर्स कैरी अ लॉट ऑफ वेटेज इन योर प्रिपरेटरी फ्रेमवर्क, एटलीस्ट फ्रॉम माई ओन पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस. न्यूज़पेपर जनरली हिंदू एंड इंडियन एक्सप्रेस जो मैं जनरली सजेस्ट करता हूँ, दोज आर वन ऑफ द गुड वंस, जनरली आप सबको पता ही होता है. तो आप उसको फोकस कर सकते हैं. एंड प्लीज़ ट्राई टू रीड द न्यूज़पेपर फॉर अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम. उस पर थोड़ा सा डेडिकेटेडली पढ़ें. कुछ आपको चीज़ ऐसी लगे कि विच यू हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू एक्सप्लोर प्रॉपरली, इसके अंदर एक्सप्लेन नहीं है अच्छे से, तो जस्ट यूज़ द न्यू मीडिया ऑफ गूगल एंड जस्ट गूगल इट एंड ट्राई टू फाइंड मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन, डिटेल्स ऑन इट एंड जॉट इट डाउन इन योर ओन हैंड राइटिंग. thirdly ऑल्सो जब भी न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हैं तो प्लीज़ ट्राई टू मेक नोट्स आउट ऑफ इट, क्योंकि अगर आप नोट्स बना लेंगे किसी भी चीज़ के, देन इट विल हेल्प यू रिटेन इट फॉर अ लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन इन मच क्लियरर सेंस, बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट कि आपने खुद अपने हाथों से उस चीज़ को लिखा है, तो वो रिविजन में भी आपको हेल्प करता है. So that is all about newspaper that I have. Magazines, I personally have not referred to any magazine as such. I have heard that there are some good magazines around. I don't know. I haven't read them. But if you have time, if you are, because I have never given my full day to UPSC preparation as such throughout my journey. So, but if you have some bit of time in your hand, you can go ahead and read some magazines. For instance, my personal favorite is The Economist. So, आप अगर Economist पढ़ेंगे तो your ambit of information, the gamut of information that you have will definitely increase manifold, because उसका जो analytical framework होता है, जो analysis होता है उसके अंदर economist में, which is that is brilliant. I think primarily the role of coaching is two. One, it is to tell you where to stop. What I am trying to say by this is कि जब आप किसी भी कोचिंग में जाते हो तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि if you do not go to a coaching तो आपको पता नहीं होगा कि आपको रुकना क्या है, क्या आपको पढ़ना है, क्या आपको नहीं पढ़ना है. You will not be able to streamline your syllabus, you will not be able to demarcate yourself from all the information that is much needed and the information which probably can be avoided. This is simply because the syllabus is so huge that if you are not able to demarcate the lot of information that is available in the market and on media sources, तो फिर you will not be able to justify your time and you will not be able to efficiently utilize your time. So the one way coaching helps is to help you and tell you where to stop. Next is to keep you motivated. So in good coachings, what happens is that the person who generally interacts with you, generally the teachers, and the mentors, they will keep you motivated. They'll analyze you personally, they'll see what is your progress, and they'll also tell you that this is the mistake that you are making, just please don't make this mistake. और आपके जब भी बैड फेजेस होते हैं, जब आप मार्क्स स्कोर नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, आप सिलेबस पूरा नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, तो दोज आर द फ्यू करंट सिचुएशन जिसमें आपको वो बाहर निकालते हैं. एंड वंस यू आर एबल टू गेट आउट ऑफ दिस सिचुएशन, जब आप ये प्रेशर सिचुएशन से बाहर आ जाते हैं, देन यू आर एबल टू जनरली एज द एग्जाम. Because pressure is something which generally tends to lower people's potential down. So if you are able to handle that performance pressure, you are generally able to clear the exam and be in the list. Let me share my personal experience with you guys. The way I have studied and I have prepared for this particular exam, I've generally tried to be very organic, in the sense I have generally tried to refer to NCERTs for whatever the maximum utilization I can do from these books. Geography, history, what else, polity, modern history. So all those subjects I've generally tried to focus majorly on the NCERT, which is generally the most organic source of information that you can get. But apart from that, I also, as you guys must be knowing, I had joined a coaching, so there was some another compilation of material which I had gotten from them. Which was to a large extent a compilation of the information, a summary of all the information that you can get from the NCERTs and a few other books. But personally, for example, for polity, I used to refer to the BEAR Act itself. So I did not refer to Lakshmikant or D.K. Basu, which are generally the books which have been referred by the students. I don't know what is the utility or what is the efficiency of using these books, because I haven't referred to them, I haven't read them. I have heard they are good, but I cannot personally vouch for those books. But what I am trying to tell you is, once you read that BEAR Act and supplement it with a little bit of information that you can get based on the facts that are written there in the BEAR Act, you're generally able to analyze the polity portion very well. And that helps you both in the prelims paper, where there are good amount of questions which come from polity, as well as GS2, which is generally the paper for asking questions about related to constitution and polity. The only thing that I am trying to tell you here is कि try to be as much organic as possible. Don't try to read too many books. Just prefer quality over quantity. जितनी कम books पढ़ के जितनी ज़्यादा knowledge आप ले सकते हैं उतना अच्छा है. Because ultimately I think, and as I have been saying, the focus should be on revision, reading the same thing multiple times rather than reading many things just once. So always focus on reading limited amount of books, whatever you feel like, whatever you think will be good for you, and try to read that multiple times so that you are able to grasp the entire information that is contained in that particular book. But I have already told you that always my focus has been on answer writing, especially in mains. मैं 2 या 3 आंसर प्रॉपर पेपर 3 घंटे लगा के हर सब्जेक्ट के देता था. आई थिंक दैट हेल्प्स अ लॉट. एज आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन्ड, आंसर राइटिंग से आपकी टाइम मैनेजमेंट हो जाती है, आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बढ़ती है, आपका डर खत्म हो जाता है अननोन क्वेश्चन से. ऑल दो थिंग्स कंबाइंड विल ऑलवेज टेल यू कि आपको अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चन को अटैम्प्ट करना है तो यू आर एबल टू जनरली फॉर्म अ स्ट्रक्चर ऑल्सो. ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स, कंक्लूजन, बीच में कंटेंट, पॉइंट्स में लिखना है, ऐसे फॉर्मेट में लिखना है. एवरीथिंग कंबाइंड विल डेफिनेटली गिव यू अ बेटर आइडिया कि आप कैसे इस चीज़ को अटैम्प्ट कर सकते हो. एंड आई डेफिनेटली थिंक डजंट मैटर विच एवर क्वेश्चंस यू राइट, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस क्या लिखते हैं इससे मैटर नहीं करता, बट आप क्वेश्चंस लिखते हैं और प्रैक्टिस करते हैं लिखने की, ये मैटर करता है. तो ऑलवेज प्रैक्टिस आंसर राइटिंग, always try to find good source of material, good source of questions, so that you are able to, it becomes a little bit of challenging for you to attempt those questions also. So that will help you in the mains exam. For my interview preparation, I was associated with Khan sir and the KSG group. इसमें what I would suggest for the interview as such is, one, that you should be very thorough with your DAF. Not because of the fact कि DAF से क्वेश्चन पूछे ही जाएंगे, but because of the fact कि DAF से अगर क्वेश्चन नहीं भी पूछे गए तो you will not be apprehensive कि मैंने ये पढ़ा नहीं है और अगर इससे क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया तो मैं क्या जवाब दूंगा. तो just the fact that you know some information about your DAF and the fact that you are prepared will give a lot of confidence. Doesn't matter whether the questions are asked or not. So अगर बाकी कुछ और भी पूछा गया तो भी आप उसका जवाब ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ देंगे if you are prepared with your DAF. So which is one of the most important things. Second is the first 2 minutes when you enter the room and when you sit down and wish the board members, वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा important है कि आप अपने आप को calm down रखें. Give and take it from me कि अगर आप शुरुआत के 2 मिनट अपने आप को calm down रख लेंगे और वो प्रेशर को हैंडल कर लेंगे तो your interview will be amazing, and that has happened with me personally. First interview I got 124, next interview I got 184. So the only difference that was the first 2 minutes. In the first time I was not able to handle the pressure at all. Second time I was fortunate enough to be able to deal with that pressure. So that is two. Third is the mock interviews. So I think thoda sa, if you have time and if you are able to manage, so generally there are good coachings and good places where you can go for some mock interviews. मैंने एक interview KSG में दिया था. तो अगर आप which was a good experience for me for two reasons. One, it was not an interview where they were trying to put me down. They were just trying to test my knowledge and my perseverance. And two was one very good thing. They Khan sir jotted down some positive things which I had about myself and which are probably the strengths that I have. Everybody has their own his or her own strengths. So मेरी वो strengths उन्होंने jot down करके मुझे दे दी थी, which strengths I focused on especially in the last 2-3 days of the interview. तो I made sure कि मैं किसी ना किसी तरह से अपनी वो strengths को use करूँ. Few of them were structuring the answer, showing hope in your answer. Those were the few things which were highlighted by Khan sir and which I think helped me a lot. So overall, the overall framework of preparing for UPSC, just be confident, be smart, be hardworking, but also make sure that you do not make UPSC your whole life. UPSC can only be a means to end, it cannot be an end itself. So I just leave you guys with this thought, and I'm sure I wish you all the best. I'm sure you'll be able to ace the exam. Just stick to the basics and I'm sure you do well. Thank you.